Okay, now it's time for the final video for the week. Now, if you guys have started working on your weekly presentations, you can see how much time and effort I put into these. So, I'm glad to have made it to the final video for the week. Oops. So this one is the last thing that I think needs a lot of explaining, is to choose a presentation topic for the future. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit more about your presentation discussion and responses, but that's a pretty simple task, so we're not going to spend too much time talking about it. Your presentation topic for the future is also not too difficult, but we will talk about that right now. So this is your syllabus, right? It describes the course, the objectives, and the materials, the readings. In the very first video I gave you guys, I told you about how to gain access to your articles and the textbook, all available digitally. There's some guidelines for your writing. I don't think we'll be using chat too often, but if there is any situation where students pair up to do presentations or anything like that, then it's your responsibility to be decent to each other in your chat sessions or any other chats, anything like that. The discussions, you can find out what would be acceptable in the syllabus, and here's just details about all of the different assignments. You might notice there's no quizzes and no tests, which I hope that you like that. There's a paper. Don't be scared of it. We're going to work together on it a lot at the end of the semester for over 2 weeks. So that's that. So the presentation though, right? Okay, presentation is 20% of your class grade. And each week we're going to have a student do a presentation, and it's always going to be due at noon. So, and it's going to be posted in the discussion section of the class, just like this week's presentation will be, by all of you. That's really my main incentive for having you do a presentation this first week of class. I know that it might be a little intimidating, but I really want you to jump in there and know what you're getting into when you sign up for your presentations for the rest of the semester. So what you're going to do is you're going to need to choose a presentation topic. To choose it, you're going to use this link, but before we jump ahead right there, I'm going to tell you that each of these, you can see, if you want to download the readings for the entire semester, you can actually see which readings you would be responsible for if you chose any of these as your topic to lead. Wherever there's a space, that means it's a different assignment. So one person would take all of this, another person would take all of this, and so on and so forth. If there's ever an online video, that's going to be linked that week, and so you'll have access to the video before your presentation, of course. But as far as having access to it now, you could try to Google it and see if that works. But there's a possibility that it might not. Right now, I think there's 20 people enrolled in this class, and so and that could grow or shrink or something, like, depending on just how things go. So we're going to have to work that out with the number of presentations required as well. And so might have people pair up. If somebody does a presentation at the very beginning and completely bombs it, there might be possibilities to take one later. Or if there's way too many people signed up, then we might need to pair people up, things like that. So to see, this is Basic Models 1 is what we're going to talk about in Unit 2, and then Basic Models 2, Basic Models 3. And to see these Thagardon rules and Thagardon concepts, these would be located in the articles file. If you want to download those ahead of time, you would remember from the first video I showed you how to do that. You'd go to 4305 Schedule and Content, and at the bottom of that link there will be a place where you can download all of the text and all of the files. If there's ever a thing that says something about how people learn, that's going to be in the textbook, which you can download here, you can access online, or you can access all of the articles. These are different files. I don't want any emails about people not being able to find these, because I'm telling you in all of these videos, and if you email me, it means you didn't watch these. See how people learn, clearly that's from the textbook, and Bloom, that is from the articles, because it's got an author's name and a year. That means it's an article. Okay, so that will let you know if you're like wondering, how does vehicles have to do with mind, brain, and intelligence? Did I sign up for a class about motorcycles and didn't know that? Then what you'll do is just go and find this guy's last name in that huge PDF full of articles, or you find Gentner and Haggerty, and those would be the things that you're going to be talking about if you choose this. And then you can have as long as you want to work on creating that YouTube video, especially with the experience of having done this one for this week. You should really know what you're getting into after this week, and it'll be all fun and clean sailing for the rest of the semester. Okay, so as I mentioned at the top up here, this is all on a first-come, first-served basis. So only one person can sign up for one thing at a time. So you really want to get on this this assignment. If you don't sign up for something by the end of this week, I'm going to sign you up myself for whatever I feel like signing you up for. So that link right there will bring you to a Doodle page. Doodle is a great website. That will make this all as fair as possible. If you go here, this is the date, January of 2012. On the 24th, there will be 2 presentations due. This Burgess and Hitch and Gobet and the online activity. Anything online, don't worry, don't be scared of it, but you're just not going to know what it is. But you'll have an idea of kind of what it's like, because you can Google the terms associated with it. This will definitely bring you to Sternberg's short-term memories task. And also, if you read this article, you'll know that these two things are kind of related to each other. Okay, so Basic Models 1, one person gets this, one person gets this. The next time, one person will get this. The 31st, it's Basic Models 1 and Basic Models 2. So all you're going to have to do is type your name right here and then click on whichever one you want and go over here and save it. Okay? That's all you have to do for that, and then you'll be assigned to that. And this is just to give you an idea of what those things are. You can look them up. Hope that's clear. The last thing is your 4th assignment, and that is just to respond to other people's introductory videos. Make sure you do that this week, because your presentations count towards your presentation overall grade, and your discussions themselves for this week will be text responses to the presentations. Okay, and one final note is, if you have any questions, please ask them in the discussion section itself, because there's a very good chance if you're wondering about stuff, other students are too, or other students might know how to answer them. So for that, we'll just go down to this help section, and you can go ahead and ask them in here, so somebody can answer them And if you're going to ask a question, also read the other questions that have already been asked, if any, because there's a good chance that you'll get an answer from reading the other questions. Okay, also, just like this week, this is probably, you probably all can figure this out, but just in case, whenever you're doing a presentation on computational models of memory, what you're going to do is just like this week you click on the introduction and upload your YouTube video to there. When you're doing this, you're just going to upload a video there. So that's all of your responsibilities for this week. Really, we'll do this kind of scaffolding type learning. This week, decide what you're going to give your presentation on, and next week I'll give you more details about how to handle the next steps for next week. Okay, have an excellent first week of your spring semester, and looking forward to it. Okay.